Hey, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about gentle skincare, sometimes self-care, and today we're talking vitamin C for sensitive skin. I know so many of you have struggled to incorporate vitamin C into your skincare routine because it's just a little too potent and irritating for your sensitive skin. I know the struggle. I have been there. I have struggled in the past, and throughout my skincare exploration and journey, I have really learned there are so many different ways to formulate vitamin C, and there is a lot of different stabilized, gentler alternatives to pure L-ascorbic acid. And so today I'm going to be exploring some different formulations, some different options to help you incorporate vitamin C into your skincare routine. Whether you're struggling to get up to those higher percentages of vitamin C, or you're looking for some hybrid formulas or stabilized alternatives, I have something in here for everyone. Now, I want to let you know that today's video is sponsored by Vegreen. They're a vegan K-beauty brand that is really committed to effective formulas, simple, minimalistic, and good for the environment. So if you're so ready to learn all of the ways you can incorporate vitamin C into your sensitive skincare routine, give the video a big thumbs up and let's jump in. So first up, let's talk about Vegreen Intensive Vitamin C 20% Ampoule. Now this is really going to be best for those of you who are struggling to move up in percentages with your vitamin C. Maybe you're stuck at a 10% vitamin C or maybe even a 15%. This formula can really help you go up in percentage without pushing your sensitive skin. So this formulation is a hybrid vitamin C formulation. They're using a pairing of pure vitamin C, L-ascorbic acid, with a stabilized form of vitamin C. Now let's talk about that pure form L-ascorbic acid really quickly. I mean, it really breaks down to three main huge benefits when it comes to vitamin C. It is really well known for helping to brighten up the skin, help to correct a dull or uneven skin tone, and help address hyperpigmentation. It's a collagen stimulating ingredient, making it amazing for that well-aging journey. Can really help to target fine lines and wrinkles and really act as a preventative type of skincare ingredient. Really great for collagen stimulation and skin elasticity. And then that third benefit is its antioxidant protection, which is really strong with vitamin C, and it makes it an excellent pair with your sunscreen because together this duo really works to help protect your skin from photo damage, and that's really one of the causes of aging on the skin. And this is why vitamin C is really one of the top well-aging ingredients that you can use. So what Vegreen has done to create a 20% ampoule is they've combined the 14% pure L-ascorbic acid with 6% of ethyl ascorbic acid, also known as 3-O-ethyl ascorbate. This is a stabilized form of vitamin C. So first and foremost, it takes that diva fussiness out of the equation. This is stabilized, so it is going to hold up to oxygen and exposure to light a lot better without losing its potency. Because it is a stabilized form, basically what that means is that once it hits your skin, it has to work to convert into that pure form of vitamin C. And when a skincare ingredient has to convert on the skin, it actually means that it is penetrating into the skin a little bit slower, therefore slowing down that process of potential irritation. It just makes the ingredient a lot more gentle on the skin. And so they're using like a medium, I would say, amount of pure L-ascorbic acid and then bumping it up with that more gentler, stabilized form of vitamin C to get you up to 20% without pushing your skin super duper far, which is a really high percentage of pure vitamin C. So we have a couple of other notable ingredients in here, including alpha bisabolol. Now this is a soothing anti-inflammation ingredient. It is derived from chamomile, and it's really nice to see it in this formula because definitely when we're talking about easing sensitive skin into higher percentages of vitamin C, having a soothing type of ingredient like alpha bisabolol is a really nice addition. So this is a waterless formula, and as I was mentioning, there are some tricks to the trade when it comes to making vitamin C less fussy and more stabilized. And this is one of them. Taking the water out of the formula really helps to keep the vitamin C potent and fresh and help it resist oxidization. There are a couple of other things too here. I mean, we do have a totally opaque bottle. No light can get through this, and that really helps to prolong the vitamin C, along with the pump mechanism here, which really helps to keep oxygen out of the mix. But all that being said, it may still be a smart move for you to store this in the refrigerator, especially if you're in a hot and humid climate. You definitely want to keep this in a cooler and darker place to prolong it even more and really make sure that you're getting every last drop of your vitamin C investment, making that last for you. So keeping it in the fridge might be a good move. So because this is a waterless formula, we do actually have quite an emollient oil type of feel to the texture here. It is kind of like a runny gel, but it definitely has an emolliency to it. A lot of vitamin C, especially when we're having higher percentages of L-ascorbic acid, will sometimes have that kind of like moisturizing slip to this. This definitely feels like a lighter weight oil on the skin. I think it absorbs pretty nicely. There's just a little bit of a sheen on the skin. Anything you put over it like a moisturizer is going to completely eliminate that. I don't find this to be very greasy. I don't find it to be something that sits on top of the skin. Really nice absorbency, but a bit of moisture here. This is never a sticky or greasy or tacky either, so the finish of this I think is pretty nice. So my experience with this has been pretty positive. You know, the first benefit that I noticed with this is that this brightens the skin so fast. It is amazingly good at fading hyperpigmentation. I did go through a period where my skin broke out just a little bit more, and so once I got those pimples and that acne cleared up, I was left with hyperpigmentation. Like that's just how my skin is. So I had quite a bit of hyperpigmentation on my face, and then I even had some on my chest as well that I really wanted to address and brighten, you know, of course, as quickly as possible is what we all want, right? And so I was really impressed with the brightening capabilities of this. It really goes in and fades that hyperpigmentation very, very quickly. I was very pleased with how well this brightened the skin. Now, if you know me, if you know my channel, you know I struggle with L-ascorbic acid. It is a tough ingredient for my skin to handle. And through my skincare journey, I have learned that there's a sweet spot for me with pure ascorbic acid, and it's about 10%, sometimes up to 15, but that's the cutoff for me. I cannot go any higher than 15% because I am asking to irritate my skin. You know what I mean? Just through my experience, I know that like I cannot cross that line. But I'm really glad that I gave it a try and tested it out and experimented with it over the last month and a half, because I was really impressed, yes, with the fading and brightening capabilities. It's really what I expected. I didn't think it was going to happen quite as fast, but I was very happy with that. But what really impressed me is the fact that it didn't irritate my skin, because I struggle, you know what I mean? I struggle, and I did not get that burning sensation. My skin did not feel raw the next day. I didn't have to do like a barrier care recovery routine the next 3 days after using it because it just pushed my skin barrier too far. It actually worked with my skin really nicely. I think there's something really special about this hybrid formula, that 6% of the ethyl ascorbic acid that stabilizes vitamin C really helps to accelerate, I think, the benefits and help to accelerate this formula without, you know, pushing the skin too far. I think it's just that right amount. And so very, very impressed with this. And I think that this is going to be the one for you if you are ready to move up in percentages with vitamin C. It may not be your beginner vitamin C. If you've never used it before, I don't know that this is the product for you. I've got some other stuff in the video. This is something I think you work yourself up to. So just keep that in mind, because it's still, you know, 14%, 20%. These are still higher percentages of vitamin C. You want to work your way up there and really allow your skin to get accustomed to it. But if you're somebody who has been stuck at that 10% maybe, or even a 15%, and you're ready to take it to the next level, but for whatever reason, maybe you're scared. I totally get it. You're apprehensive about, you know, the possible irritation, or you've literally gotten burned in the past by going up in percentages. Consider this one. I really think this is a nice stepping stone to get yourself up to a higher percentage of vitamin C while still being kind to your sensitive skin. So next I want to talk about Stratia C+C Serum. Now this is going to be best for those of you who do not want to keep your vitamin C in the refrigerator, because this is a very stable formula. And this is going to be best for those who don't like an oily formula. So this is similar to Vegreen. They have created a hybrid formula here using 10% of L-ascorbic acid and 5% of ascorbyl tetroisopalmitic palmitate, which is a stabilized form of vitamin C. They have also worked to stabilize the formula by creating a airless pump package that's totally opaque. No oxygen or light is ever going to touch this until you pump it out of the bottle. And they have also focused on a waterless formula, but where Vegreen really had a more emollient, like I was saying, it almost feels like a light oil on the skin. Stratia has actually created a base of silicone for the vitamin C. And so that actually creates this really unique texture. I'm not sure that I've ever tried a vitamin C that has quite a texture like this. It does come out looking like a cream. It spreads in this really thin layer on the skin, and it's gonna feel like you're gonna get that silicone kind of a feel to it, kind of like a light makeup primer feel. But here's where it's different. The silicone starts to evaporate as you are working this into your skin. And so as it is gliding across your skin, it is evaporating and drying, and it almost creates this like really light, almost like powder finish on the skin. Really interesting. Leaves your skin feeling really silky too. It's a very dry finish as well, so you're not getting that shininess, the emolliency. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. And I know sometimes the word silicone scares people. There's so many different types of silicones out there, different qualities, different weights, different functions in skincare. So don't be scared just by that word. It's not going to clog your pores or anything like that. This is incredibly light, but it does create this really nice dry sort of matte finish on the skin. Because of the silicone content in here though, you do want to like just give yourself a pause. Give yourself a minute to let this dry on your skin. Even though it feels really dry and matte on the skin, just give it a minute before you put anything else on top of it. Because if you go in, especially if you go in with something really wet, it is that there's a possibility for some pilling to occur. So you just really want to let that settle on the skin. You don't need much more than a minute. So I really love that this is not a fussy type of vitamin C. As I mentioned, this is really best for those who don't want to be messing around with putting vitamin C in the refrigerator. I have never put this in the refrigerator, and you can tell my bottle's pretty beaten up. I've had this for a really long time, and it has not oxidized on me. It has not lost potency at all. This is still very, very fresh. It's basically empty as well, but like good down to the last pump. You know what I'm saying? I've used this for many years on and off. I have gotten my mom hooked on this, one of her favorite vitamin C's. And one of my favorite ways to use this throughout the years is actually as a spot treatment. As I mentioned, I do suffer with hyperpigmentation like pretty much all the time, just like a never ending cycle, right? And vitamin C is very good at fading that. And so sometimes I can tolerate a little spot treatment on my hyperpigmentation a lot better than I can tolerate a full face application. I mean, these are the woes of sensitive skin, right? You just gotta know where your skin is at and meet it where it's at. And so sometimes I have to meet it where it's at and just do a little like spot treatment for hyperpigmentation. And it is gentle, that 10% of L-ascorbic acid. I think this is a real sweet spot. If you've never tried pure vitamin C, this could be a good jumping off point, quite honestly. Even with the extra 5% of stabilized vitamin C, I think that this is a really nice formulation that is not meant to push your skin, but still give you a lot of benefits. And I have to say, vitamin C, when we study the benefits and we say, oh, vitamin C can stimulate collagen, it can brighten your skin, it's a potent antioxidant, we're referring to studies that use 10% of L-ascorbic acid. They're not really studying 20% and all of that. They're not going for the super high percentages. Higher and more doesn't necessarily mean better. And so this is a really good, proven, effective amount of L-ascorbic acid. And I think it is very good for sensitive skin, or like I said, if you're a beginner, you're curious, this could be a great place to go because it's not fussy, it works, and it's gentle. Next, let's talk about Mad Hippie Vitamin C Serum. Now, this is best for those who are looking for a totally 100% stabilized vitamin C serum that has a good amount of stabilized vitamin C. This is also going to be great for those who are looking for some anti-acne benefits from their vitamin C use. So the vitamin C being used here is a stabilized form called sodium ascorbic phosphate, also known as SAP or SAP. Now the percentage of SAP in the serum is unknown. Mad Hippie has not released that percentage, but in their marketing, so take it with a grain of salt, right? In the marketing, they're claiming that the amount of SAP is going to give benefits similar to a 20% L-ascorbic acid serum. So because they're only using the stabilized form of vitamin C, we really don't have too much concerns for irritation here. That conversion process that stabilized forms take on the skin to convert into pure vitamin C really cut down on the potential for irritation. And even with the higher percentage here, I do find this to be very, very gentle, but we're not missing out on the benefits here. You're still going to get brightening, you're still going to get collagen stimulation, and you're still going to get antioxidant protection. Now, admittedly, I do find the stabilized forms to work a little bit slower. I mean, just in the process of converting down into the skin, right? They are a slower working type of skincare product. But when you have sensitive skin, that is a trade-off that you're used to, right? We're used to trading off big, fast benefits for slower, more intentional, gentler formulations, because that's just the name of the game with sensitive skin. So you shouldn't be surprised by that. But like the brightening, it will happen. It just may not happen immediately. Like with L-ascorbic acid, just give it some time, be patient, and be consistent with something like this. Now, this stabilized form, this specific form, SAP, sodium ascorbyl phosphate, this has shown in studies some really great benefits to reduce the acne bacteria on the skin and some additional anti-inflammatory benefits. And so by using this stabilized form versus like L-ascorbic acid, we're getting a little bit more of an edge when it comes to that anti-acne game. It really can help to clear up your skin quite a bit. So this is a nice one. Like I said, if you have sensitive skin, but also if you're trying to fight some breakouts, this can give you some additional benefits to helping to clear up your skin. So I love the gel serum texture here. You know, we don't have to worry about waterless formulas here or stabilizing it. It's already been stabilized. So we're getting a much more pleasing, more familiar traditional serum type of texture. It's a hydrating gel texture. It absorbs really nicely into the skin. I did not find this sticky or tacky, which sometimes gel-based serums can get that way. I think it has a really nice, pleasing texture to it. This is a fragrance-free formula, but they are using some extracts in here that do give off a bit of scent. It is incredibly light. I noticed it a little bit. It does not linger at all. It's just like very like generically herbal. You know what I'm saying? And it goes away so quickly. So I'm not too bothered by that at all. I do like to call it out though, because we're talking about sensitive skin and everybody's sensitivities lie in different places. So a little bit of those fragrant extracts in here, but we're not creating a very strong smell at all. So my experience with this, I have to be honest with you, this is the product that is the newest to me in this video. I've used this a lot less than everything else in the video, but it is not irritating. It is not irritating to my skin at all, which is, you know, why it's in the video for sure. I really do like everything about this. Just feels really easy. It's easy to add into your routine because it doesn't have that odd texture. It's not really oily or moisturizing. It's not silicone-y. You don't have to really worry about pilling with this. You would just slot this into your regular serum, you know, point in your routine. So it's really kind of effortless. You don't have to think about it too much, which is something I feel like with vitamin C, you kind of have to think about it a lot more, especially when you're first starting to learn how to use it. You don't have to learn how to use this. You just use it like any other serum in your skincare routine. No refrigerator, no oxidization, no fuss. I think it's great for beginners especially, but it's also great for sensitive skin that cannot tolerate any L-ascorbic acid. You know, like I was saying before, like there's certain percentages that I can't go over. Sometimes I only spot treat. It depends on where my skin is at. This just takes all of that out of the equation and makes things really easy while still delivering really good benefits. I've used this ingredient in the past in quite a few different stabilized vitamin C formulas. SAP is an amazing vitamin C alternative. It really will give you benefits. It might work slower on the skin than pure L-ascorbic acid, but it still works. You're not going to miss out on any of those benefits. But I think, like I said, this is really best. Yes, it is non-fussy. It's great for beginners. You don't have to think about this. This is stress-free skincare. Best for that, definitely. But if you're suffering with acne, there's a little extra edge here with that antibacterial and anti-inflammation benefit, especially if you're like me where you struggle with acne and the hyperpigmentation. You do want to think about something like this because you're getting multitudes of benefits in one bottle. It's going to treat a lot of your skin concerns with one application rather than making your skincare routine really like too long, too cluttered, too confusing. So definitely think about something like this if you have acne and hyperpigmentation and you want those well-aging goals and the antioxidant protection. This is a great, gentle, stabilized vitamin C. Next, I want to talk about the Paula's Choice C5 Super Boost Moisturizer and Eye Cream. Now, this is going to be best for those who are beginners for very, very sensitive skin because this is using 5% of ethyl ascorbic acid or 3-O ascorbate. So this is 5% of stabilized vitamin C. This is a very low and gentle amount, just giving you that little hit of vitamin C for your skin. And I also like that these are a different way to incorporate vitamin C. We often think vitamin C, we think serums, right? We think of it as like this targeted treatment, but you can actually incorporate smaller amounts of vitamin C into your skincare routine through eye creams or through moisturizers. And that's exactly what this line is all about. It is really formulated for very sensitive skin. Now, I'm a huge fan of the eye cream. I love vitamin C in an eye cream. And this is just that right amount. 5% of the stabilized form is going to really help to brighten up the under eye. If you're suffering with dark under eyes or discoloration, this really gives you that really beautiful brightening benefit. A little bit of firming action too, because just because we're going down in percentage doesn't mean that we're going down in benefits. We're still going to get the collagen stimulation and targeting the fine lines and wrinkles. You definitely don't want to go really high up in percentages around the eye area. That skin is so thin, it's so delicate, it behaves a little bit differently than the rest of your skin. So it's good to start at a lower percentage there. And I just really like the texture of both of these products too, because they're more gel cream types of textures that absorb into the skin really nicely. The eye cream has some plumping action to it, which I love in eye cream, but it's not so emollient or rich where it's like your makeup starts to slide around because it's just too rich for that area. Really nice absorbency, really beautiful type of fluffy eye cream texture. The moisturizer, I think really great for combination skin, especially because we've got some of that hydration element, that plumping element, and then a really nice silky emolliency that's not really greasy. It's not overwhelming on the skin. It's not heavy. It has a really nice, like I said, hydrating, plumping, kind of airy feel to it. But the benefits on this, really great at brightening. If you really just want to brighten up a dull or an uneven complexion, these products will really make your skin and complexion look more lively, more vibrant, more glowy from lit from within. They will really help you with that. It will take definitely longer, especially if you're going to use the moisturizer to target hyperpigmentation. It's probably going to fade it the slowest of all the products in the video. But like I mentioned earlier, that's kind of the name of the game with sensitive skin. We know that we have to take things a little bit slower. So if you have very, very, very sensitive skin, this can be, a great way to incorporate vitamin C into your skincare routine, either one of these products. But I think it could also be used as a booster too. If you are using other vitamin C products, you want a little bit more, you could definitely incorporate the moisturizer or the eye cream alongside of maybe even the other serums in this video to get yourself a little bit more without pushing your skin with that pure form of L-ascorbic acid or really high percentage. So just to state again, I really think that this is best for very sensitive skin because of that percentage, but I also think the formats are incredibly easy to use and incorporate into your routine. Maybe you don't have room for another serum in your life, but you do have some room for an eye cream and a moisturizer. These are some alternative formats that are really formulated for sensitive skin. Thank you so much again to Vegreen for sponsoring today's video. All the products that I talked about today are linked in the description box as well as the comments. So if you want to browse, maybe add something to your wish list or to your cart, it's all there for you. Now, if you loved today's video, it helped you out, but you haven't hit subscribe, please, I would be so honored if you would come join our community. We love gentle skincare. We love K-beauty. We love all skincare. And I do post a lot of new videos and shorts throughout the week. So consider turning on notifications too, so you're never out of the loop. And let me know, are you using vitamin C in your routine right now? What are some of your favorite products and tips? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I love you so much. I hope you are healthy, happy, and safe, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.